All right, welcome back to the E-Vizz TV podcast. I have a special guest with me, Ashley Slashey. She is a indie
Slashey.
wrestler. What?
Slashey.
Oh, yeah. And a valet and a gamer. And she streams on Twitch. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh, where do I start? I've been wrestling for 5 years. I took a break for a while. I started my own charity foundation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and now I'm back because, what else are we going to do with COVID gone? We're going to restart our careers.
Yeah.
Start wrestling again.
Oh, nice.
I am currently injured, but I'm going to come back.
Injury? Well, hold on, wait a minute. Injury. Now, what's going on with that?
Oof, I got in a real bad car accident.
Oh, my goodness. That's no good.
We do be using that DDP yoga.
Nice. Yes, I've used that. Yes, I have that. Yep. That's good.
People who get fucked up and don't use that probably not going to get back on track the way they should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard so many good things about DDP yoga, and like I've started it, and it's really good. And I see like what he's done with like Jericho and a lot of those guys, Scott Hall, a lot of those guys. It's really good, and I think every pro wrestler should use that.
If you're not using it, you're doing something wrong.
Right. Yep. Yeah, he's the coolest guy too. He's the coolest. Like,
he goes out of his way to help everyone.
Everyone.
Like even if you're not using the program, he's still going out of his way to help you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing he don't do to help someone.
I know he has a really good giving heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has a really good giving heart, and that's what the world needs. So yeah, I think he's definitely awesome for that. And the program's awesome. And it's affordable, and he's helping a lot of people. We probably did a paid advertisement for him.
I feel like there's just not enough you could say good about him.
Yep.
Like that man helped people walk again.
Arthur. I think that's the guy's name, Arthur. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the guy was like in the wheelchair and all that. That was that was cool.
There's no one like that. Today, people are so fucking selfish.
Exactly.
Who would think someone could walk again? Fucking crazy.
Especially with his story, because I think he was never supposed to walk again at all. So
right, and then doctors would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they had he had a lot of doctor stuff because he's like, hey, look at me, this guy over here, this pro wrestler over here helped me out.
Right, so, that fucking limitless shit, fuck.
Yep.
So I'm getting on that spine surgery. So
Okay. I
got a spine surgery coming on, and I got a hip surgery.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So what's the estimated time you think you're gonna be back?
After COVID, because I don't want to.
Yep. You said you've been
everyone wrestling. I know who's been wrestling throughout this has had COVID, and I don't want to be one of those people.
Oh, I'm so tired of COVID. It's outrageous.
I just wish people would just listen. China is already back on track. They just had, I think last month or something, they had their I don't remember. I don't want to be disrespectful and say the wrong thing, but they had their countrywide celebration for whatever holiday it was, because I don't want to be disrespectful and say them. But they had a countrywide holiday, and only 300 people got sick.
Right.
That's how back on track they are.
Yep. And I know they had a Wrestle Kingdom recently.
And their economy has recovered almost completely, and if anything has boosted. And here we are. What are you doing?
I know.
I'm still fucking getting sick. Why? I don't know. Someone sneezed on me yesterday.
Yep.
Who was it? I don't know. Some Karen who was in Walmart pissed off because she couldn't get bread.
Yeah, it's crazy. People out here having, COVID parties and going to the club and all that. I'm like, There's no need for all that. Stay home. Stay home. Get you
and people are like, I can't go to the bar. What the fuck are you trying to go to the bar for?
Exactly. Ridiculous.
Do you want to die? Because that's how you die.
And when you're in your, on your deathbed, you want to be like, was that club worth it? Was clubbing worth it? Was that party worth it? No. So it's
fucking damn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I fucking lost my aunt like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, that's fucking bullshit. Because we're in January. So like, no, wait, maybe that's not, because we're still at like the beginning, right? I don't know. I don't know what month it is. I don't know what day.
January 11th.
Oh.
Boom.
Okay. So
yeah.
Christmas Eve, I lost my aunt. And she was like 80 something.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences.
Thank you. And I posted some bullshit about it because you see my Facebook page be full of fucking calling people out for all their bullshit.
Yes, as you should, because there are some creeps out here, and I saw some of the posts. You got some creepers in your DM.
I do be calling out those wrestling pedophiles too.
Good, and a lot of them got called out and exposed in 2020.
Yup.
Yep, crazy.
And I'm not done. I am the Chris Hansen of wrestling. I'm not done.
Mm-hmm. Like, come have a seat right here.
Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Come on into my cabin in the woods, because there's always a seat.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a seat, and there's always a barbed wire bat.
Ooh, oh, wow.
I'll fuck you up.
Ooh. Be nice to
Come
Ashley.
on in.
Be nice to Ashley.
Yeah. Be nice to me, and my kendo stick will be real nice to you. Come on in. And there's still some fucking morons out there who will be peddling in my fucking inbox, and I'll be like, yeah, I am 15. I clearly don't look 15. But if Pepper will believe anything. I'm like, yeah, you see my age lines? Yeah, I'm 15. You see these crow's feet? I'm 15.
Goodness. No, on that.
I'm like, oh,
what's the worst message you've probably got? You probably got some pics or something, probably.
So I really like when men send me dick pics, because I will look at their page and I will find their parents and I will forward it to them.
Ooh,
and I will find their family and I will forward it to them, and I'll find their jobs and I'll forward it to their jobs, and I'll find where they live and I'll send it to their jobs, and I'll also send it to the local police station.
Ooh. You heard that, fellas.
I've had people arrested for it.
Goodness.
Send me your dick pic. I'll send it to everybody you know.
You think you're safe? Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Don't
send me that dick pic. I'll send it to everyone.
You gotta have consent when you did. You gotta have the consent, and you just can't.
And trust me, you'll never get the consent, because no girl ever wants that.
Yeah.
Even if you're married, your wife still don't want to see it. She knows. She don't want to.
Yeah, she sees that a million times.
We know what it looks like, bro. We don't fucking want it.
Need a reminder. Oh, goodness.
We've seen mushrooms, man. We don't fucking need to know. We don't need to know.
Goodness.
We know where it is if we need it. We don't need it. But honestly, we don't need it. We don't. We just need your face. That's it. We would need your brain too, but we know it's not there. We know. Just bring us something.
A lot of guys, I think with the lower brain.
Send us a dog pic. Send us a cat photo. Send us a meme. Like you want to
see, I like memes. I like sending memes. Memes are fun.
You want our attention? Send us a fucking meme. Like, that's it. You want us to talk to you? Just send a fucking meme.
I like that.
You know how many fucking dudes I talk to just because they send me a meme? Like, that's how you make friends.
Yep.
No dick pic.
Yep.
Send a meme.
That's the move.
You know, I'm friends with that dude because he sent me that snail meme. You know how fucking I laughed for like 2 hours. Okay, I go back and I look at that picture every day, And I'm like, bro, you so fucking funny.
That's
you the
funny.
Funniest man I ever met. Like, damn.
Goodness.
How you pull out this funny shit? Okay. Like,
yep.
I'll go back and talk to you daily because you send me a fucking meme.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the second you're in my inbox, like, hey, beautiful. In the ignore box.
And you get that probably so much. Like, yeah. That all the time.
Like ignore.
Yep. And see, that's the thing. I think social media is social media has just messed all that up. Like, there's no, even if a dude is feeling, girls probably, I hear that 1,000 times. There's no.
Right, you go right to spam.
Yeah. Yeah, right to the spam folder.
Right to spam. I don't even open it. I'm just like, right to spam. I know your agenda. Right to spam. Right to
you're just shooting your shot. Spam folder.
It's not even a shot though.
Yeah, it's not even a shot. I guess I don't
right
know.
To spam.
What's that Bart Simpson meme? You tried with the cake.
You don't even get a cake for this.
Yeah, ain't no cake. Silver
star. No gold star for you.
Yep.
Crumpled.
And a peace sign.
You get like one of those stars that don't really stick onto the paper. It just like folds off. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right to spam.
Goodness.
You know how many times I sit there like all day and I'm just like spam.
I bet you.
Spam.
And I'm sure your female wrestler friends, I'm sure they do that too. And I'm sure it's crazy. Sometimes, I know that's wild.
Like if you say something extra stupid, we all have a group chat and we'll laugh at you.
I bet. Yeah.
I'm like, y'all see this moron today?
It's like, I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna screenshot this. Look at this. Look at this fool.
There's group chats and then there's private group pages.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, did you get this guy in your inbox today? Yup. Did he say this to you? Yup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was in my inbox too.
Wow. The audacity. Damn, I thought I was the only one being proposed to.
Goodness.
Imagine. Like, damn.
That's crazy.
He said that I was the only one who looked like Natalia. How could he? He told you that you look like fucking Kelly. I thought I was the only one.
Now, speaking of that, who was the first female wrestler, or wrestler in general that made you want to start wrestling?
Does it have to be a female?
No, it does not. Not.
JBL.
JBL, really? Okay, like APA? Like, was it the APA or was it what time was this? What time was the JBL? Was it like the millionaire a-hole one? Okay, that's what's ain't nothing wrong with that. He was a good heel. He was one of my favorite heels. Like, yes, especially when he feuded with Cena. Loved it. Like, yeah. Yep. Okay.
I just want to get in the ring and kill Rey Mysterio.
Why kill Rey Mysterio?
I hate him.
You hate Rey Mysterio? Wow. Wait, what? Why do you hate Rey?
I want to get signed to WWE and just fuck up Rey Mysterio.
Because it's just the thing to do, or is it just I mean, I know it's the thing that's.
I want to protect JBL's honor.
Oh, and JBL. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get the revenge for that storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare he?
You know what? He'd probably be down for that. He'd probably be down to do that match.
And then I'll crush his taller than him kid too.
oh, Dominic.
Yeah, why is he so tall?
You know what? But he's not bad. I gotta give him.
I was watching, I think SmackDown was it last night with my grandma because she's super into wrestling too.
That's cool.
And she was like, "Who the hell is that guy?" And I was like, "That's his son." And she's a big Rey Mysterio fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "No, Mom, no."
Mm-hmm.
He's garbage. And she doesn't believe me that he's trash. And I'm like, he is. But whatever. We see very differently on that. She's also very into Seamus for whatever reason.
Seamus, and that's the thing. I got to love.
She has no taste. And I know. And she's like, who's that fucking big guy? And I'm like, that's this fucking kid. And she's like, no.
Yep, that's Dominic.
And she's like, what's his wife look like? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm not creepy. I don't go online. I'm like,
well, just tell her to watch some old SmackDown, like not like recently, like 2020. She was on there. His wife was on there.
Is she like fucking huge?
No, not at all.
What the fuck happened to him?
She's small. And his daughter's been on there too. Now here's where it got wild with me. Did you happen to see his daughter?
No, is she huge?
No, she was normal. She's normal, normal chick. Normal. She's a very beautiful girl,
Is she little? Like,
yeah, she was probably like teenage or whatever. And to peep this, they put her in a like kind of love story with Buddy Murphy. Yeah. I see you've taken a break from watching the product, which I have too, so it's okay. I have to take little breaks because it's been kind of bad.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm just like, this is the same thing.
It's terrible. Some of the storylines, but like I don't like how they've done like Seth Rollins and stuff like that. I'm like, I feel like they buried his character and all that, and this with the whole,
I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins anymore.
Yeah, it's been kind of bad. I have to say. I have to say,
I stopped being a fan of Seth after his personal life came out, and I was like,
Oh, right. Like previous relationships and all that. Not the Becky relationship, but previous ones.
Yeah, because I've
heard some things about that.
We were all big friends with his ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
And we all loved the fuck out of her.
Right, okay.
He did her dirty, and we were just like,
Wow, that's...
Yeah, and we were like, you're pretty shit, bro.
Goodness.
And I'm sure he'll do the same to Becky, because...
And that's the thing that's gonna... If he does it, that would be terrible, because she seems so sweet. Like, she seems so nice. Like, I have not heard of...
always a cheater, man.
I've never...
You don't come back from that.
That's true. That is true. I know that from personal things. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know.
Once you fuck up, you don't. I was cheated on 4 times with the same man. So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I mean,
yep.
I'm stupid. So
yeah, we've done. I've been cheated on, so says it sucks. But yeah, I hope he doesn't do that to her. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she'll fucking kill him. So
she will. Yeah, I can see her snapping. I can see her totally snapping.
I mean, like, bro, you got a kid now too.
Yeah, you have a kid now. You have it. Yeah,
it's fucking different.
But hopefully he's changed and kind of figured himself out. And just, hopefully he's gotten better. With age, you kind of, he may, with this situation and him now, there's a kid involved. He's like maybe taking things more seriously. Hopefully. I hope. But yeah. So JBL. Okay. I like it. That's cool.
The love of my life.
So who's now female wrestler? Who now? I think I know the answer, but I'm not gonna say it. Or do you want me to say it?
I think go for it.
Is Beth Phoenix?
I guess you were stalking my page, or did I answer it to you?
Maybe you've been doing some research.
Oh.
I have to research the guests, so
Did I answer that? You asked that directly, or did I respond?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I did not ask it. I was just kind of just scrolling through, doing some research before the interview. So correct.
Nailed it.
Nice. So what made you what about her that you like? Or
When I was a kid, I saw her when I was a kid.
Okay.
And she looked like none of the other divas because she was fucking huge.
Yeah. I've seen her live as well.
I think she was one of the first divas I saw live when I was, and I was like, that's a big bitch. And I meant that in the most respectful way.
Respectfully.
I meant that in the most enamored way possible. That my little tiny itty bitty child brain could explain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Beth Phoenix, so she was good. Her and Santino, oh my god, that was so hilarious.
So my parents were like as a small child, they were still in like the mindset of wrestling is very dangerous, and you can't just go there because the crowd is horrifying.
Mm-hmm. And that's how my mom was.
Yeah, because they were like they thought of wrestling as like WCW, WWF days instead of like the child-friendly days of like the 2000s.
The PG era?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't dangerous because I knew that it was like kid-friendly. Like everyone knows it was kid-friendly. And I was trying to explain to them that it was kid-friendly. But my parents being who they were, they sent me with like a group of adults that my family worked with. So my grandfather worked at an inner city school, and they instead sent me with a group of very large adults who would protect me in case the crowd broke out in fights and whatnot, and they would just swoop me up, which of course didn't happen because it was all very PG.
Yeah.
So I went there with my I love you Beth sign and my I love you JBL sign and whatnot, because I was a little kid in love. And then I saw Beth come out and I was like, that's a big bitch. And I was like, wow. I had never seen a woman so large and so muscular. And I was just like, and like, thank God she couldn't hear my like tiny prepubescent voice just going, that's a big bitch. Because
goodness,
I had just never seen something like that before.
Yeah, because she was powerful and dominant.
Yeah.
And she would kick ass, like, so yeah.
It was Santino just fucking around.
Yep. Oh my god, that was one of the best storylines. I love that. Like their chemistry, like they just can't on screen. They
were so different yet so perfect.
Yeah, it's like they meshed like so well together. It's like it was crazy.
I like how he would start fights and then she would just fucking wrap that shit up.
Yep. Yeah, and she'll fight for him. You know, he'll go hiding and she'll handle, you know, all the heavy lifting and beat everybody up. Yep.
I'm like, and like even now, like it wasn't planned for me at all. So every time I've ever been booked before for anything, I've always fought dudes. And so I guess I'm living up to the fact, and I'm not even like I'm a pretty flabby, chunky chick. So please help me, DDP. But
goodness,
fucking one day, hopefully, I will also have a small child be like, "That's a big bitch," in a very different way.
Goodness.
Instead of the way that
you were fine. You were not.
I feel like people at Popeyes see me now.
Whatever.
That now.
Oh, wait. Now, what are you getting at Popeyes? You getting that chicken sandwich?
Fuck no, I'd be getting everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Hold on. So what's like your favorite thing to get at Popeyes?
Everything.
Just everything. So fries, chicken, all that. We eating good. Oh yeah, we would be friends. Oh yeah, we would be real good friends.
You wanna know how best friends we could be?
How best friends we could be? How?
My godfather just sold his pizza restaurant to a Popeyes franchise.
Wow. Really? Goodness, man. Since see, I like pizza too, so I'm like, oh, that kind of.
Straight from my house.
Oh my goodness. Goodness, I know that pizza was fire. I know it's good. Oh man, that's what's up.
Hey, imagine making the best choice of your life.
Oh my, that's money right there.
Right? And I was like, ooh, hey.
That's big business, big business. Some money moves.
I was like, you could just put in like a Starbucks next because I'm not white, but like I do need that. Like
you like what's your favorite Starbucks drink?
Frappuccino because I don't know.
Caramel frap for me. That's all I really. I just get a caramel frap. That's about it.
No, I need to send you the secret menu.
Yeah. Well. I know I've tried the secret menu. I tried the. There was what was it? There was a Pokemon drink that I had, and it was really good. It was off like a secret.
You need to try the Snickers drink.
Okay, you're gonna have to send me that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to.
And there's the zombie drink too.
Okay, I think I had the zombie one. Okay, I've had the zombie one. Yep.
You can make that at home so much better. So you got to make it. You got to make that, but the at-home version.
Okay.
Because the Starbucks one is good, but it's not as good as if you made it at home.
Okay.
The at-home one is like aces.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to definitely check that out. That's what's up, right?
That version, because you can replace that shit with ice cream.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you fancy with it? Okay, I see.
I know.
I see. I see you. I see you. Goodness. So I seen that you have now you've worked with like Gold Dust and Just Incredible and Tommy Dreamer. Now tell me a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about that there. Just like, man, I guess you were like valeting for them and all that.
Dusty Rhodes was the first person to ever take me in the ring.
Oh, Dusty. Nice.
Yeah. So I guess he kind of got me started.
That's what's up. That's who you're like. You trained with or wrestling school? I'm guessing.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Where did you do that at?
In Connecticut.
In Connecticut. Okay.
That was in Hartford. The school's no longer there because the guys spent way too much money, as schools usually do.
All right.
Like, that is why you never hear of them again.
Good.
And you're like, what happened to that place? I don't know. The guys spent too much money.
Good.
So it was actually a really good place.
And
then they just went bankrupt.
Oh goodness. Was there anybody else that kind of that went there that you were like friends with or anything or?
No. It was basically just me.
Okay.
And there was a couple of guys there, and then they just kind of faded away as training got tougher.
Yep. I hear about that a lot. Yep.
And there was one girl, and she got pregnant next week.
Oh, goodness.
And did not come back.
Goodness.
Well, like, luckily she didn't come back.
Oh, did you not like her? You didn't like her?
No, well, I mean, you don't want to train.
Well, yeah.
I like, and we're still friends.
Okay.
We went to go get matching tattoos 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're good friends.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and her baby's very cute, and I love him. And I was talking about her. I was like, hey, so I'm going to start training at this place soon. So after my back surgery. And do you want to go with me? And she was like, fuck yeah. So we'll be back in action. Awesome. Together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, don't get pregnant again.
It's like, do it again.
Yeah. So she's divorced now. So that won't be happening.
Oh.
And yay. I hated that man.
Oh.
Yeah. He was the worst. Not as worse as my ex, but he was the worst. And not that it's a competition, but my ex thought it was a competition.
So. Who could be the worst? Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he won.
That's not good. That's a big yikes. Yeah. Congratulations, buddy. You messed up.
Yeah, he definitely won. So congratulations to him. He's hopefully very far away now. And me and her are going to go, I don't know, hopefully by the summer or spring. I don't know. COVID needs to just stop.
It does. It does.
I wish I could give like an actual fucking estimate for when things could start. I don't think anything really stopped in Boston though.
Well, they still having shows and everything, and
I mean, they're still having shows here, but
right.
Like I said, almost everyone I know who's still wrestling has had COVID.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to not be one of those people. Like, fuck. It's really because, like, I work with children. I do, like, charity work.
Right. And that's cool. So you're going to have to tell people about that so you can kind of, you know.
Fuck, what would you like to know? I'll tell you about it.
Like, you know, the name and, you know, if they can donate or anything like that. So.
We're on Facebook and Twitter. All you have to do is search the Band of Heroes. I'm Elsa or Rocket Raccoon or literally any princess or superhero. Or TikTok at Demo Gorgeous with 2 G's. And so many people have stolen my username that I now need a new one.
Oh, goodness.
I know, like, damn, we know all people.
Goodness.
Like I got like 80,000 followers on TikTok, and then people are like, let's take your username. And I'm like, oh, fucking jerks. Yeah, like fucking, why? Audacity. People really got like nothing but audacity. Like, fuck.
I know, it's terrible.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, I know. I remember when I started my podcast and I started using like that name on social media, like Instagram. I was like E-Vizz TV, and I was like, I had to put the underscore. They was like, yeah, somebody already has that name, and I was like, oh, somebody has it. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it this way. So, yeah.
Wow. Did they like just saw yours and like,
yeah, yep. Probably. So I'm guessing so. And
then they're like, maybe we can just make him pay money for it.
Yeah, it was like they saw it on Twitter, like, you know what, we're gonna use Instagram and use that name. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. Ah, well.
I get my t-shirt thing back for like pro wrestling tees. Like
okay, that. Yeah.
Because I have one. I've always had one. Like I got it like 5 years ago or something. And then they're like fucking impossible to get someone to talk to. I finally got like that Ryan guy who's like in charge of it.
Okay, yeah.
And
then he's so busy, I bet he's busy. There's like so many people.
I finally got him to reply after like 2 months. And then he's like, well, you could log in and change it yourself. And I was like, did I not just tell you that I don't have my information?
Goodness. Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, bro.
Yep.
Third time I've said I don't have my information.
It's like, please give me what I want.
I was like, please just like your damn self and delete it. I know you know my information. I know you don't want a fucking inactive thing sitting on your website.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm not bringing in income for y'all.
But I'm about to.
I have the potential to bring in new income if y'all just delete it and let me start over. But
yep, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a busy. He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy. I'm sure he's got all those, AEW and whoever else.
He said this bitch don't matter. I don't want.
He said, I don't want. Talking. We gotta keep talking to the Young Bucks and Jericho. They're bringing the paper.
He said, I don't want her $14.
Goodness. So we got CM Punk to deal with.
What are you doing these days? Someone was telling me about him earlier, and I was like, oh, don't.
I think he's. I know. I seen it. I listened to.
I heard somebody fired from UFC this morning, and I was like,
did
he? Someone he fought went really light on him, I guess, and got fired for it.
Really?
I don't. That's just what I heard. So don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But he went really light on him instead of like going ham and beating the fuck on him. And
yeah, that happened. Sorry, Punk.
Yeah, like I didn't know you could get fired for not beating ass out of somebody.
Yeah, especially, and they probably kind of wanted him to because it is CM Punk, but maybe they wanted him to show him what it's like.
Yeah. So he wasn't. He still beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But he was ham, and then they fired him from UFC, and.
And so they fired Punk today?
No, they fired the guy.
Oh, they fired the guy that was okay. Because I was like, damn, so they got Punk too? Like, wow, I guess COVID. But no.
They fired the guy who didn't.
They didn't whoop him that good.
Like, I'm guessing if this guy fully beat the fuck out of Punk, then would he have murdered him?
Man, yeah. I'm like,
because they were saying, because the guy was saying, I went light on him because if I went whole ass or whatever. Done. Yeah, because he was like, if I went whole ass, he would have like had trauma and whatnot because he beat the shit out of him and he couldn't get up. If I pummeled him into the fucking ground, then.
And that's what I don't get. I feel like he needs to just kind of give that up because every fight he's had, he's gotten whooped, and it's like, what's the point now, dude? You're not making yourself look any better. Just come on back to pro wrestling, dude. Just come on back.
Yeah, he's doing commentary now.
Yeah, he's doing commentary too. Yep. I mean, that's cool. Do that. Just don't fight.
What is AJ doing? Nothing.
AJ's like writing books and stuff like that. So I mean, she's just is being an author, I guess, and chilling. I mean, however get your money.
She works hard to get into wrestling though. She worked her ass.
Yeah, she did, and I wish she'd come back because I felt like she was on a roll and she was doing really good. But I know she had the injury. I know that. I know she had an injury and all that. But I don't know if it was like
that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that bad to where she needed to stop or whatever. Or
I feel like just standing by her man at this point.
Yep.
Which is noble, but don't let him hold that girl.
Yeah, and she's getting. I mean, he's getting close. I thought he was getting ready to return to wrestling because with him doing the whole WWE backstage show and all that on Fox, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, he's kind of getting, he's talking and
putting a toe in there or something.
Yeah, I was like, he's kind of, getting in there, and I know you had it. I had to, Booker T and all of them, they got to be in his ear, like, hey, yeah, you should come back and wrestle, But I don't know how. I know his relationship with Vince and Hunter isn't good at all. So, yeah. So I'm sure that's the reason. But they gotta.
He said some things.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yes, some stuff.
Yep. And some stuff. Yep. Some bad stuff.
He said some things that just won't go away.
It won't go away at all. Like
he gotta. I don't even know if he could kiss ass for that, but.
And yeah, I don't know if there's coming back after what he said. Like that's why I think it's kind of like he might be out for good. Like there's no coming back after all that. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what was it like working with the Goldust, Justin Rhodes? What was that like?
When I met him, I made a point not to disturb him like other people do. No tea. But when you're a veteran like that, you go backstage and everyone is up your ass. Mm-hmm. And I think at this point I have already worked with a lot of other veterans.
Right.
And I was just like, I'm gonna mind my own business and let people come to me. And I know that's not the attitude to have, because I don't know, as someone who's been trained by veterans, like, just incredible and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The attitude to have is to walk in and shake everyone's hand and introduce yourself. And really, nobody really does that anymore. And especially veterans don't do that ever. So waiting for people to come up to you is bullshit. That doesn't happen. The only time I've ever seen it happen is people like Mickie James. And literally the only time I've seen that happen. Sometimes Mick Foley, even though he can't walk very much, he does make a point to come up to people if they are close by. So like the distance between like me and like this thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like he'll get up a little bit and he'll be like, oh hey, and introduce himself, be like, oh hey, I'm Mick. Mm-hmm. But Mickey will like clear the fucking room to go across and just be like, oh hey, my name is Mickey.
Nice.
Like, we know who you are.
Yeah. She seems really cool. Yeah, she seems like she's really down to earth and cool.
She will go out of her way to introduce herself to you, no matter who you are. If you're the lighting guy, if you are just the guy who's just there because he has an iPod. Mm-hmm. Just you were just the man with an iPod tonight. Yeah. She will go say hi to you and just be like, "Hi, I'm Mickey. Nice to meet you. Who are you? Do you have pets?" Like, that's just the kind of girl she is.
That's cool.
She was trained and raised that way. Mm-hmm. And she just rose up the ranks that way, and that's who she is as a person.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, she will always be that way. Mm-hmm. And that's just, she will just fucking go down as like a fucking 99-year-old woman that way.
Mm-hmm. A living legend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, when she's as old as me, she will go like that, just still saying hi to everybody.
Yep. Yeah, she seems like she's got that like that not country something, but just that Southern hospitality. Like she's just got that, like, she's gonna talk to everybody and treat everybody equally and not be on no, diva-ish, be like, I'm better than everybody. And she totally could do that, but she won't because she's just humble like that, and that's cool. Yeah, I've always had mad respect.
I'll tell you
for Mickey.
the diva attitude story. I'll tell you some tea after
okay,
this.
that's good. Okay, after the pot, yeah. Okay, definitely.
I'll dish a little bit.
Okay. Oh, exclusive.
Yeah, I'll give you an exclusive. I've never given it before, but I'll give you some tea.
Okay. Oh, cool.
I'll give you my first tea experience.
Okay. Cool.
So, I know to introduce yourself to people.
Mm-hmm.
In this one instance, I did not. That's my bad. But it worked out for me in this case. Because, Goldust just came off of all his travel, all his everything. He's fucking bone tired. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just plop myself nearby and mind my own fucking business. So I always bring snacks. I'm the snack bitch backstage. I bring snacks for everybody.
That's cool.
That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I bring cake. I bring cupcakes. That's just me. I'm like a little one-person catering. So I set down my snacks and I mind my own business. And I just pop open my book and he's like, what the fuck are you reading?
Goodness.
And I'm like, what? Because he's laughing his ass off. And I'm like, it's a book on turkeys. He's like, but why? I'm like, I have pet turkeys. I just got them 2 days ago. And he's like,
goodness.
He's just staring at me, blinking real slow. Like, this is a whole cartoon happening in front of him. He's why?
Yeah, why? It's like, what?
I'm like, I think they're cute.
He's like, turkeys are cute. He's like, oh, okay.
He's like a little kid in the backseat of the car, just going, why?
Goodness.
I don't know. I just wanted them. Why?
Goodness. Sounds like a good first impression.
I'm like, I don't know. I always wanted them because they're cute. He's like, so you're reading about them, how to take care of them? Yep. Yes, sir. I like that. You're reading. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Goodness, that's cool. That's cool.
And then he goes, do you want some juice? Me, stupid. No, I'm good. I have water. I don't mean that kind. Do you mean drugs? Yeah. No, I'm good. That's good. You don't do drugs. That was a test. Oh, okay. I wouldn't judge you if you were doing that, though. I like your attitude.
That's cool.
Ever.
That's cool.
And then some other dude came over to bother him. He's like, I'm having a conversation.
Goodness.
He's cool. Like, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, they didn't give you a job? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, you're like pretty. You can get a job to do tonight? I'm like, no. They don't really know what to do with me here. He's like, who are you working with? And I'm like, oh. He's like, I didn't see you on the card. No, I know. They don't ever put me on the card. Why not? I don't know. You don't know much, do you? I don't know.
He's like, I don't know why I'm not on the card.
And then he looked at the promoter and he's like, what do you do with I don't know here? And I'm like, I don't know.
So I don't know.
He's like, what's her name? Because she don't know.
Goodness.
And I'm like, and then I looked at the promoter and he's like, what'd you tell him? And I'm like, I don't know.
A whole lot of I don't know.
That's what happens when you're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like if I ever meet him, he's gonna be like, there's I don't know. I'm like, what?
Goodness.
And then he's like, well, she's gonna manage me tonight. And I'm like,
yeah, okay.
I'm prepared for this moment. And he's like, oh.
You're like, yeah, it's go time.
And he's like, but she came prepared. And I'm like, he was like, how did you come prepared if you didn't know what you were doing? And I'm like, I'm always prepared for every situation. And he's like, how? And I'm like, I have every outfit for every situation in my car. And he's like, oh? I'm like, yep. I'm like, I read the card and I got prepared for every situation possible. He's like, so how did you prepare for a situation where you would be involved with me? And I'm like, I have a gold dress, sir, but I also have a black leather one just in case.
Because, yeah, you were fly. I saw the footage. I said, yo, she fly. She know what she doing. Like, she was prepared for this. Yeah, you were very prepared. I was like, that's cool. Like, yeah.
And he was like, if she's this prepared and you don't know what to do with her, I think you're the one that's not prepared, to the promoter.
Ooh, shade.
Yep.
Wow.
He was like, so you have a girl. Also, the promoter got this from Justin as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, they were both like, but on like different nights. And they were both like, how do you have a girl working here who already looks like she should be on TV, that looks like this and is this well trained and performs this well, and you have her and you're just letting her sit backstage doing fucking nothing?
Good, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because I see it. I can see it because I'm like, when I see you, I saw like your page and your Instagram and Facebook and all that. I'm like, man, yeah, she's got you got that star look. You got the look. You got the skills, especially with the valet and all that, and the wrestling. Like, you got it. I'm like, I could see you on like, NWA or ROH or something. I'm like that. I'm like, I know she could. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking to see the comeback.
So WWE is going back to, here's the rumors I heard this morning, is that WWE is going back to, instead of looking at women wrestlers, they are going back to Instagram to hire girls.
Really? Are we going back to the divas, or what's going on here? Really, Vince, I don't know what to say. Like,
and they said that the recruiting of female wrestlers is not working for the program.
It's because of Vince. Look at NXT. NXT, their women's division is the best. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like,
in charge of NXT.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I feel like he needs to just take over the whole company.
I feel like we need to, instead of that, we need to just give Vince his own show.
You know, and see how well it does. Just
let him run his own. Give him his own network. Mm-hmm. Give him his own everything. Just be like, here you go. You do what you want.
Yeah.
You can have football in here.
Yep.
Yeah. You can
XFL.
You can have anything you want.
You can have your bra and panties matches. You could have your, I don't know, have your Dominic Mysterio on a pole match. You can do all that. I don't know. I just feel like he's messing up, and it sucks. It's like, I'm afraid for every NXT wrestler that it gets a call up to the main roster, and I'm like, no, don't go. Like I'm hearing like the Rhea Ripley might be going to the main roster, and I'm like, no.
I heard that too, and I was
no,
like,
and Damian Priest, and I'm like, no, keep them in NXT. Like, please don't take it.
Its own thing.
Yeah, and I like the NXT as its own thing, and I like how Hunter and Sean and everybody down there runs it, and I'm like, they know how to do storytelling.
Shotzi away from Triple H.
Please don't take Shot. I love Shotzi Blackheart. She's one of my favorites. Like, I mean, she might be my favorite in NXT.
They can mess her up.
Yeah, they would mess her up on the main roster, and I don't like. Yeah, look what they're doing with Bianca, and I don't like what they're doing with Bianca.
They can't do her dirty.
They're trying to. I feel like they're trying to, and I don't want that to happen. Like, I feel like they're getting ready to have Charlotte bury her, and I'm like, don't do that. Don't. Like, let her go over on Charlotte. Just let her get her shine on. And don't get me wrong, I like Charlotte too. I like Charlotte. I like Sasha. You know who it really impressed me as a heel, and that was Bayley. I feel like Bayley did really good as a heel.
What the hell is she doing now?
Like, I'm trying to think who she's beefing with now. Who does she have a feud with right now? I don't know if she has a feud with anybody right now. I know they had her note. She was feuding with Bianca for a little bit. I don't know if that's still going on.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. I know Carmella is feuding with Sasha, and I feel bad for Sasha on that because I'm not the biggest Carmella fan at all. I'm not a big Carmella fan at all. And I feel like she's part of that Divas. Like, I feel like she would have thrived in the Divas era, but like right now, like actual wrestling, it's like it's not where she should be. She should be a manager. Huh?
I feel like she could excel with just like a tiny bit more training.
Yeah, a tiny bit more training. And that's the thing. Whenever she was doing, and I'll say this, I like what she was doing with R-Truth.
COVID cleared.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta kind of make what you can do with whoever's COVID.
Yeah.
Which kind of, but like understandable.
Yeah, the COVID era. This is the COVID era. The COVID era.
We gotta make do.
We gotta make do. Yeah. And in the process, fire and bury a bunch of people.
Why? Yeah. Someone sent me a text this morning and they just said why, and then it was a picture of like the superstar roster, which I didn't remember like half the people on it, and I was like, what? And then it's just like Rob Gronkowski's on there, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. I thought they fired him. They just fired him recently. I swear he just got cut. He got cut from the roster recently.
Why is he on there?
They got to have that celebrity because it's like, what's the other guy? Pat McAfee. He was on NXT feuding with Undisputed Era and all that. So he actually did good, though. He did really good.
Why was Rob Gronkowski on there?
They gave him the 24/7 championship, and you know how that goes. It's a mess. You know how Vince needs his celebrity on there. You know the deal.
I don't even remember that happening.
Yeah, it was like he hosted WrestleMania. He hosted COVID Mania. So yeah, COVID Mania.
So he was just like a one night thing.
Yeah, I think he made it. I don't know. I think like on the lead up to Mania, he kind of did like a couple spots with Mojo Rawley and all that. But yeah, other than that.
Because I was like, my friend was like, is Rob Gronkowski signed to WWE now? Is he wrestling? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, not anymore. They let him go like, was it in December? I think, December. They let him go. Yep. And who was it? Tito Ortiz. I want to say him too. Yeah, he got let go. Yeah.
Why why would they have this?
You know, they gotta have that celebrity and all that kind of, I don't know.
I was like, this makes no sense.
Yeah. Yep. It's like what is it? What was I gonna say? Who is that that's trying to beef with Drew McIntyre? There's a celebrity, like a.
What's gonna happen with Drew now? Like, what's happening with this title match? Nothing.
Him and Goldberg.
Yeah.
He just comes back and just And here's the weird thing about that with Goldberg, he comes back on this Legends night. You seen Drew earlier in the show, like talking to Hulk Hogan and all that, just talking to him and like kind of showing his respect. And then at the end, you have Goldberg come out and you're like, "You're disrespectful. You're disrespectful to all the legends." And all that. I'm like, "Huh? He has not been disrespectful to any of the legends." It's like Vince just wrote this script like that night. Like, oh, he's gonna come out and say this, and I'm like, dude, just like back in the summertime. He had Shawn and the other legends going against Orton. He was with the legends. Like, what disrespect did Drew? Like, what disrespect did he show?
Because I was sitting there and I was watching, because I live with my grandparents, right. So I was watching it with them, because I'm here, and I'm like, my grandpa was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like right before the whole segment happened, he was like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't know who Goldberg is, but because like they're not like wrestling, like only my person. But my grandpa was like, I know the show is good if my grandpa forgets the fact that, because he'll sit there and be like, this is fucking fake. This is fucking fake. And then I'll know the show is good if he's like, oh, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And that's how I'll know if it's good, because he forgets the whole, this is fucking fake. And then he'll be like, fuck yeah. And then I'll be like, cool. Mm-hmm. You get fired up.
Goodness. He's like, yeah, Goldberg, I like him.
Yeah. So wait, but no. So nothing had happened yet.
Yeah.
And Goldberg the whole time he was just like, what the fuck is Goldberg? Never heard of him before. And I'm like, I knew who Goldberg was when I was like 4, and I didn't know what wrestling was. But okay. It was just a household name. I'm like, all right, you don't know who Goldberg is. Whatever.
That was WCW right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, who doesn't know who fucking Goldberg is?
Jackhammer, yep.
And I was like, you don't need to know who Goldberg is to know who Goldberg is. Just ask literally any human being. But okay, whatever. So Goldberg got in the ring, and he's like, oh, that's cool. Drew is offering a handshake to some old man. Whatever. Us boomers got to stick together. Yeah. Whatever. And then he's like, why is he being disrespectful to Drew? Drew was trying to give him a handshake. And I'm like, here you go. I'm like, he must have mistook him for Randy Orton. You gotta go put those boomer glasses on. Fuck, you thought he was Randy Orton.
Because in reality, who was the one being disrespectful to all the legends that night? Randy Orton.
I don't get why people say, like, maybe it's just my ass being, like, whatever you want to say, but no shade, but I don't think Big Show is a legend.
Me neither. And how did Alicia Fox get legend? That was that kind of, but I'm like, okay, it's COVID era, they can only do it. And here's where I got really upset.
Alicia Fox is a legend even.
Yeah.
Like, what done?
Yeah, she has a good Northern Light suplex, but that's about it. I mean, and just
I was like, are you like hurting for like black female stars? Whose fault is that? I was like, weird how that's a problem.
Yep, because you got literally like there's some people on the shelf.
Y'all struggling for people of color? Is that what it is?
It's
who fucking fault is that?
And here's the thing too. Here's the other thing on top of that. I don't know if you heard this news or whatever, that they want to send Keith Lee back to training at the PC because Vince doesn't think he's good enough. And I'm like, wait a minute. He was on fire in NXT. Like, my son loves Keith Lee. And I'm like,
he was on fire in the fucking Indies.
Yeah, in the Indies he was on fire. Now, what do you mean? He doesn't like. He's like, oh,
send Vince back to training.
Send Vince to the old folks home. Like that's where I'm at with him.
I would like to send Vince to an indie show.
He would hate it. He would hate it. He's like, look at these spot monkeys. That's what he said. Look at these spot monkeys. No. We'll do one better. We'll send him to an AEW show. We'll send him to Dynamite.
Send him to any show in Providence.
Oh, there was a lot of spot monkeys over there.
I want to say everyone here, which is just like this general zone. I was talking about this with some guys from like Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here has this problem of you get in the ring. This is why like people don't want to work with guys from like Rhode Island area. Why do I say area? Rhode Island has a distinct issue, which is why you almost never see, or never see in general, someone in the ring on TV coming from Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. You don't see it. You've never been like, oh yeah, that guy's from fucking Rhode Island. You don't see it. Because everyone fucking like, oh my god, I'm in the ring. Better dive into the fucking crowd.
Yeah, we're gonna pull RVD tonight. We're doing the RVD greatest hits. No, we're doing Sandman. We're gonna do Sam.
You're like, you get in the ring and you're like, all right, this is my first time doing this move. Is that the crowd? I better dive in there. Like,
wait a minute. Did you see the Snoop Dogg spot from Dynamite? Did you see that? Did you see it?
I mean,
that was terrible. It was terrible. You can say it. It was bad.
It was bad.
He should have never did that.
I'm sure he did his best.
Yeah, he did. And I'm like, they should have practiced. And I'm thinking, did they practice any of that with him before? He should have been that whole day leading up to that, kind of like, hey, here's how we're gonna, this is how you do this, this is how you, keep your balance. And
I think he should have did something else.
Yeah, he could have did something else. Like he could, let him do like a super kick or something.
I think he should have done another move.
Yeah, same here.
I think he could have just walked up and just blown a whole weed puff in somebody's face. You could have just pulled like instead of a green mist, you could have done a green puff. You could have done.
But you know what? That's not a bad idea. That wouldn't have been.
That's why I'm really good at booking shit.
That's cool.
Like, that would have been fucking funny.
Yeah.
Everyone
would have been hilarious. Jericho would have fed right off. What is that? What kind of marijuana is that?
And for the networks, you could have just said it was anything. You could have just said ape smoke. You could have said it was anything else for the networks.
And I can see, that Jericho's. They just said something. That's got to be some something from California or something from that's Long Beach right there. So he would have had something funny off top.
You could have said anything else.
And yeah, it would have been fun. Yeah, that would have been great. That would have been great. But I did think it was funny but he was just he's like, what is he doing? Like he's not a wrestler. What is he doing? Like, and I was the whole time that was happening. I'm like this. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, he's gonna hurt himself.
It would have been funnier, and you could have had someone else do the move while you were like blinded by the smoke.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. He could have had Cody do something. And
you do the puff, and then you have someone else do the high move.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they could have had, and they had Matt Sydal, and they could have had Matt Sydal do it. He was in there.
Fuck, you could have done anything else.
Anything.
That's you could have done that, and then you could have had Martha Stewart run out with a fucking frying pan. You could have done anything else.
Anything. Anything. That's great. That's great.
You could have done anything else. Literally anything else.
Goodness.
There's so many opportunities.
So many. So many. Goodness.
Let me fucking book it.
So I know you play some video games. And I know you play Dead by Daylight. Is there any other games that you have been playing or streaming or?
The Last of Us. I played for 7 hours last night.
Nice. The second now. See, I've played the second. I played the first one. I haven't played the second one, and I need to.
I'm working on the second one.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know where I am. Maybe halfway through.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of controversy with that second game. There was a lot of division between, the fans of that game.
Most people hate it because Ellie is a lesbian.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's a game.
Yeah, like damn.
It's a game. Let's not take things too serious. That's just
like, imagine hating it because 2 girls take their tops off. Imagine.
Goodness. Yep.
Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Or are you
stupid? Goodness. Yeah. Oh, now I know the new consoles dropped. Do you plan on getting the PlayStation 5?
No, because I just bought 4.
Oh, you just got okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I've been on the hunt. I've been on the hunt.
Player yet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I bought this one in 2019.
Right.
Yeah. And whenever I get a new console, the old console becomes the DVD player of the house.
Ah.
My PS3 is now the living room DVD player.
Yep, that's how I used to be, and now I'm just like I just stream now, like the Voodoo and stuff like that. I use that for like my movies and watching and all that, or trying to think what Netflix or all that.
In my basement, so
right.
I'll get the 5 next year, maybe.
Yeah, they're really hard to find right now. It's been a headache. I've been trying to get one, and it's been the biggest struggle. And I'm like, this is crap. So I'm like, you know what? I'm at the point of giving up now. I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll just play my 4, until I can go in the store and get one. So, because I'm not fighting over people.
Gen consoles anyway, because that sound like a fucking airplane down the line.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because some of them are like catching fire, and some of them they're getting them and they're not working, and there's a lot of issues. A lot of issues right now. I mean, that first year, I remember like the Xbox One when I first got that, like when it came out, it was
Ring of Death.
Oh, the 360. Oh my goodness. Couldn't stand that. Couldn't stand it. But yeah, I remember when I got the Xbox One on like launch day, I had issues with it. Like when it first came out, it was like, it sucked. So I was like, man, like I'm never buying a console like that again. But I did get the Xbox Series X, so I had to get that. I was like, I'm gonna get that. But because I'm a big Xbox guy as well. I like PlayStation. I like all consoles. But I like play. Oh yeah, now like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I had them all. But yeah, I like PlayStation 2. But I get it for the exclusives for PlayStation, like Last of Us and Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and those games. Now I have a question. I know you like horror. Like, who's your favorite horror? Who do you like the most from like the horror genre?
I mean, Michael Myers is my daddy, but
okay.
Leatherface is so cute.
Okay. Oh no judging at all. What about so you like, I saw you like Jason as well?
I mean, my mom looks like Miss Voorhees.
Really?
Yes. Every time someone comes to my house, they're like, "Why does your mom look like Jason's mom?" And I'm like, "Shut up." The thing is, she always wears a sweater, and she has the same haircut.
Oh, okay.
So they look exactly the same. And I'm like, and we have a pool, so people are afraid if I drown.
Oh my goodness.
That my mom will like enact vengeance.
Oh goodness.
So my friends are afraid to like come swim in my pool, so they're like hyper vigilant about me drowning. Because they're afraid of my mom.
Goodness.
And I'm like, I'm too old. I only almost drowned once, like 2 years ago or something.
So you could swim a little bit?
No, I'm a perfectly fine swimmer. It's
okay,
just that something binding my legs because I was learning to scuba.
Oh,
and
okay.
My legs were completely bound up to my hips. And instead of like standing up like a human being, I just kind of flailed like that, like a fucking fish. And I was like,
oh my goodness.
And I was like, bleh.
Oh goodness.
I was like, somebody fucking help me. So like, instead of standing directly up, because my brain was like, fuck, I'm drowning. And I was just like going under, and I'm like, fucking help me. And my friend she stood there and she was like, oh my God, you're drowning. But more dramatically, screaming. And my now ex-boyfriend just like scooped me up and was like, what? And I'm like, hi, thank you for saving my life. So, and he's like, why didn't you just stand up? And I'm like, I don't know. I was panicking. That's what happens when you panic. And I'm like, well, and he's like, your mom would have killed us. And I'm like, yes, I know. Imagine.
Goodness. That's crazy.
That's like, this is why we're all adults and your mom still looks out the window to make sure everyone's alive. And I'm like, yes, I know.
I'm glad you know how to swim, because I was about to say, I was like, drowning. Hold on.
I do like professional mermaid stuff as well.
Oh, cool.
So that's part of like the charity stuff that I do.
Okay.
I visit kids as a mermaid, but I was learning at the time to swim with my scuba gear on. I didn't know how at the time. That's why I was training.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, I don't know how to do this. I'm drowning. I'm like, fuck. This is intense for me. I'm drowning. But I also had my life saved once by Just Incredible.
Really?
When I almost fucking fell through, I want to say like 4 flights of stairs.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And he reacted with the swiftness that only a father could. You know, when you're driving and you have like your son in the passenger seat and you step on the brakes just a little too fast and you're like,
you grabbing them. You do.
Like, I am the brakes, son.
Yep.
He reacted like that.
Goodness.
Prevented my life from ending.
Oh, that's good.
I fucking fell through 4 flights of stairs and saved my life. And
so was this like after a show or
before a show?
Oh, it was before a show. My goodness. Yeah. Where was this at? Do you remember where it was? Or
settle in for this bullshit. So we were in Pennsylvania, and the backstage dressing room zone was upstairs in a firehouse, a decommissioned firehouse. So it was at the very top. So like the way firehouses are condensed, but like top. So with the stairs all the way up to the top. So the way that stairs are in a very old firehouses, apparently, the gaps between the stairs are not, they don't have a backing to it. Mm-hmm. So like step would be like, that would be the backing. So no backing.
Oh, just goodness.
Step and then step and no back part.
Oh, goodness.
And the steps are also not solid. They're graded.
Yikes.
So every step is like graded in between. So like really wide pieces of step. So you could like, I'm assuming that when a firefighter would step with their dirty fucking boots on, they would, all the dirt would fall like between the cracks and whatnot. So like mud just falls through, whatever. So my high heel got caught and my other foot went floop through the thing. But also I am 5 feet and I am very small. And when my heel got caught, my foot fell out of the shoe and shoe went kerplunk out and down through the grate as it got caught. And also my foot went with it. And then this foot went with it as well. Goodness. So both feet went floop.
So you went wee.
And then the rest of my body went floop. And I said, all right, everybody, I'm going.
Bye.
I don't know. It was like, bye, guys. I gotta go.
I'm out.
And then Justin grabbed me by the back of the fucking collar and he said, not today, bitch.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
So he like grabbed me by like the back of everything with all of the strength of the Lord and said, no. And then he like stood me back up like, nope. Where the fuck do you think you're going? And just stood me back up like, and went bloop. And I was like, goodness. Hi. That was scary. I'm scared. He's like, he just goes, almost lost you there. Keep on going. I'll go get your shoe. And I'm like, ooh.
Goodness.
I'm like, oh my God, I was scared.
That's a close call. For real. Yeah.
He's like, I'll send someone down to go get your shoe. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Goodness.
He just plopped me down. And I'm like, oh my God. Goodness. He's like, I'm gonna go get the shoe, or I'll send someone else to get the shoe, and you just head on up and live your life. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't want to go back down the same way.
So we're gonna take a different route.
He's like, you'll do what you gotta do. I'm like, nah.
Oh goodness.
I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. Also, I'm very short, so I'm like, most of my like life is this. I'm like, hi.
I'm short as well, so I understand that. I definitely understand that.
When I saw Alexa Bliss talking to Randy Orton, I was like, oof, I felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, is this what it's like? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what do you think about Alexa? You like her, or what do you think? What do you think?
I've always liked her.
Yeah, I think she's good.
I was like, this seems very Harley Quinn-escent to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I was like, they always try to find like one psycho girl. Mm-hmm. They always try to pawn off like the Harley Quinn thing on somebody.
Yep, because they know that's what's in, I guess, is the Harley Quinn look. And it's funny because the real crazy person they have is Nikki Cross. Like
right?
That's the real crazy one. Like,
but she's not like, she doesn't look like Harley. Mm-hmm. So they don't use it.
Nope. They're not using people to their potential, and I don't like it.
It's just because she doesn't have like the Harley look to it. And then meh.
Yeah, I need NXT Nikki Cross. The Sanity Nikki Cross. That's the one.
I don't care for her outfit.
Oh, her
I'm
outfit.
pretty big on outfits, on people's outfits. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I know that mine is not like the best, but it's like memorable.
Right. Yeah, because I could tell like with your gear, like you definitely take pride in that, and you definitely like like you want to look good and you want it to stand out. So yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Like you know, if you know, you know, but but then you're like, oh, here's somebody else. Like most, like when I tell people, like do something with your gear, and then they're like, is black trunks and black boots and like these black wristbands okay? No.
Then black everything blacked out.
Yeah, and I'm like, no.
Put some color in there.
Yeah, like put your name on it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like, cause like I think I was bitching about this on Facebook and Twitter the other day. I'm like, most fucking like dying industries of wrestling, especially like things that don't die on TV, but things that immediately pass away in the indie circuit are things that are very basic that everyone goes, I don't know, that we just find someone in the crowd, they'll do it. Like fucking the people that can announce things to the crowd, like find someone whose words don't just sound like 200 pounds. Like fuck, like are we at a fucking pig auction?
Oh my goodness.
Are you selling a grandfather clock?
Goodness.
What fucking no, because then you know that a grandfather clock was up for auction. Because now we just know that something is 200 pounds.
Yep. But struggling on the name.
What's the fucking name of this? What? No? Okay. I guess you don't have any new followers tonight. I guess nobody knows what your fucking name is.
Yep. I don't know. And now I will say there's the one announcer that I like, and I seen him announce Kenny Omega out for his match with Ray Phoenix, and it was Justin Roberts, and he did the whole from Manitoba, Canada, and all that. And he was like kind of like letting it know. He was kind of throwing a little shade, like he said something about, I can't remember what he said. It was like a diss, but he was like, but it's not better than whatever Canada. And I was like, dang, that's actually kind of cool. Like he kind of threw. It was like Kenny was giving him stuff to say before he came out. And I was like, that's smart. Like that is smart and very, very heel. Like that's how you do that,
You're gonna be a heel ring announcer.
Yeah, that's a good heel ring announcer. Like, yeah.
So, you're gonna put some personality behind ring announcer.
Yep. Yeah, I can't remember what he said. It was something like, yeah, he was kind of like dissing. He was dissing one of the states. But he's like, yeah, it's not better than. I was like, oh, like that's kind of cool. Like that's smart. But yeah, I was like, I could tell that's Kenny Omega feeding him that. He told him to say that. But yeah.
Instagram once, and then he unfollowed me.
Who?
Justin Roberts.
Justin Robert, really?
Yeah. And he was messaging me a little on Instagram.
Oh goodness.
And then when I got backstage at
like hitting on you or like business?
Hitting on me.
Hitting on you. Oh goodness.
Yeah. Then when I didn't like play into it, he unfollowed me.
Oh goodness.
And then when I got backstage at WWE, he was like, "Oh hey," and I was like, "Hey, remember when you unfollowed me on Instagram?" And he was like, and I was like,
"Whoops." Yeah. Guess he slid in the DMs, huh?
Yeah, he slid in the DMs, but he didn't want to talk about it.
Oh.
And I was like, imagine. I was like, what's the matter? You don't want to talk about it in front of the Miz?
Oh, the Miz was right there? Oh, goodness.
I was like, what's the matter? You want to talk about it in front of your
friend? In front of your buddy?
Yeah, I was like, what's the matter? Is it because Miz is standing here? Or
yikes.
And he was like, then he just walked off, and I was like, oh, okay.
He didn't want the smoke.
I was like, what's the matter? You want to talk about it?
Goodness. Goodness. I always wondered about that. I was like, I wonder, like the wrestlers, like the male. I bet they slide in so many of the females' DMs in the wrestling industry. I bet that happens so much.
You remember Titus O'Neil?
Yes.
He's sliding into people's DMs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll tell this.
He'd be sliding into my friend's DMs like crazy, and I'm like, boy, you better handle yourself.
Really?
Yeah. This was like 5 years ago.
Goodness.
This was back in college, and I'm like, boy, you better fucking handle yourself. And I'm like, what is he saying to you? And she's like, everything. And I'm like,
goodness. Yeah, I got a story to tell you after this about I was hanging with one of the wrestlers in an arcade. I'll tell you about that. But I'll tell you after the show. I'll tell you after. We'll talk. We'll definitely. Okay. You got a story to tell me as well. So yeah. But I guess we'll just tell the people, where they can find you and all that, where to find your merch, or, when that gets back up and going and you're at, where they can follow you. And
oh my gosh, I'm fucking everywhere. If you go to my Facebook page, Ashley Slashey, you
Slashey.
can. No one ever says it right. There's no L in the last part. Even though everyone thinks there is, for some reason, even though it's spelled on all of my promo photos.
Right, yeah.
No one says it right. No one spells it right, even though it's spelled right there on the fucking picture. My call.
Yep.
So if you find a photo, you'll spell it correctly, and you will head over to my Facebook page, which is just Ashley Slashey, and all of my links to other things will be there, like Instagram, which isn't the same, but that's Kendo Stick Butcher, and that's the only thing that's different. So everything else
is just that. I like that. Kendo Stick Butcher. Yeah,
Thank you. At the time, somebody took Ashley Slashey, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Goodness.
Yeah. And they tried to make me pay for it, and I was no. Yeah. Imagine.
Wow.
They had the audacity to message me and ask me to pay for it, and I was like, no.
Goodness.
Yeah, I was like, imagine the fucks I don't give.
Goodness.
I was like, number one, I don't actually care. And number two, you underestimated the fact that I'm creative. So I don't care.
Goodness. That's awesome. Right? That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. We'll definitely have to do this again. Maybe, talk some, horror movies. You can give me some recommendations and stuff like that. Or, we'll do some gaming talk, because I know we talked a lot. I had some questions, but I was like, you know what? We'll save that for another time. We can do that for another episode.
Yes.
Yep. So yes, thank you again for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
All right.